It's incredible what we can do with this technology. This is going to be huge, it's going to be massive.
I'm hoping it resonates in a really powerful way.
This is the start of the arts exploring immersive technology.
The team at Canon have worked very closely with us, working together as a team and learning together. I really honestly believe we've got a world first. My name's Clive Booth. I'm a photographer and filmmaker, and I'm also a Canon ambassador.
My name's Tom Rogers. I'm the creative digital producer here at Birmingham Royal Ballet.
My name is Reagan Hutzel. I'm a professional ballet dancer, and I'm honored to say that I'm an artist with the Birmingham Royal Ballet.
Canon launched this new 5.2mm dual fisheye lens. I immediately thought, wow, what could we do with this lens? What could I do with this lens?
I met Clive and we talked about the possibilities of this. There seemed like a huge potential to create an amazing piece of content around Swan Lake in a virtual reality context.
We discussed the potential of using VR and immersive storytelling for ballet.
With virtual technology, there's real capabilities there to take what we do to different audiences. It's something I'm really passionate about, actually, and I think throughout this project I've become more and more passionate about doing that and bringing what we do to an audience that otherwise can't come and see us in a live theatre.
And it just so happened that Birmingham Royal Ballet have got a relationship with the Freefall Dance Company, and it could be that we might be able to tell a story through immersive storytelling to a young audience in a way that's never been told before. It's become more and more important that for me every project has a legacy for me, a legacy for the people either I photograph, I film, and I cannot think of a more meaningful project bringing the experience of being at the ballet to a neurodivergent audience who couldn't ordinarily get to live theatre.
Myself and Clive had a test day with some of the dancers in the studio, and this was to test the equipment and to see the feasibility of the project, really. One of the aspects that we tested was talking directly to camera, and we had Reagan to do this.
We took some shots in the studio of me warming up and rehearsing and getting coached by one of my directors.
Her authenticity and her intelligence just came across to camera, and she was completely natural. We knew straight away that we had a main protagonist for our project.
Storytelling is at the heart of everything I do, whether it be a photographer, a filmmaker, or now an immersive storyteller. And this project is no different. We're following the story of Reagan Hutzel.
Having the wonderful opportunity of getting to take people on a more personal and behind-the-scenes look of what it takes to be a ballet dancer.
Hear her words in the first person about the challenges she's had to face, she faces every day, being outside your comfort zone, the fear, the failure, and overcoming those things to then grow as a person and to be able to perform to the level that she does.
On the artistic side of things, showing what it's like going from studio to stage, and on the personal side of things, sharing a little bit of my story and how I've come to where I am today.
So Canon have been instrumental in this project. I think in the way that they've worked with Clive, understanding the technologies and the capability of the technologies and using the technology in this setting as well, and how we apply it to what we're trying to do here. We really probably couldn't have done a lot of the things that we've achieved without their support.
Canon supported me with the Beta VR utility, which enabled us to shoot 60 frames per second on the R5C. And through that, we were able to create beautiful, fluid movement of the dancers. And that's massively important because with immersive technologies like the VR lens, you're looking to create that illusion of reality.
All of the onstage work that you see, we had to adapt for the Canon VR lens. Finding that sweet spot within the lens meant that we had to change not the choreography, but the structure of the pieces. So normally dancers, yes, they're used to spreading out on stage, so we had to condense it all right down to to create a full picture within the lens.
You're not looking at it from the outside, you're actually in it. I can actually put people inside my story.
Tom and Clive were absolute legends when it came to helping me adapt my movement. So with the usual camera, I can keep things exactly how I would if I were performing on stage, but with a VR camera, since it's like somebody sitting right in front of you, you really want to be mindful of the depth that you get to use within it, as well as the sound. So quiet feet on the landings, making sure I wasn't breathing too heavy at times.
The ambisonic audio, you could hear the scraping of a tutu, or someone tapping a point shoe, or the creaking of a floorboard. That brings a huge sense of immersion.
So when people watch it, they get the absolute best experience of what it's like being in the studio and taking that to the stage.
Shooting this project was no different to any other film project in that we had 3 cameras. We had an A camera, a B camera, and a C camera. Each camera has one VR lens, the RF 5.2mm f2.8L dual fisheye lens, going to one sensor, creating one file with a high dynamic range for 50 minutes, non-stop, with 1 terabyte cards. And so that makes the post-production workflow really very, very simple. 8K, raw light, 60 frames per second, 12-bit, processed at ProRes 444, and that works seamlessly in Premiere. I didn't think when I started this project that I would be editing in 8K raw light at 60 frames. I really didn't think that was possible, but it is.
My end goal with this project, and I think with any project I do, is just to make people smile, just to bring joy to people. I want people to take that headset off and go, wow.
I hope that when the young people are watching this performance, they walk away inspired and empowered. We all face challenges and roadblocks on our journeys, and sometimes knowing that somebody's walked through something and made it out the other side gives you the hope and the tools to do the same.
A real broad spectrum of emotions for me, a sense of looking back on an accomplishment, but also a sense of looking forward and saying, right, well, this is the start of something. What is next?
For the first time in my career, I now have this technology that can bring an immersive experience to an audience in a way that I've never seen before.
Seeing their reaction to what they'd just seen brought a big smile to my face. Yeah, absolutely.
When you look at the beauty of it, you look at the technology that we're using, and then you look at the audience that we're actually bringing it to, I cannot imagine a project more perfect.
I'd probably like to say a big thank you to everybody at Canon, to Clive, to Tom, to the wonderful film crew and team, just for inspiring me and giving me a platform to share what I'm so passionate and proud of.